If you've been fortunate enough to land a job interview, then chances are it's a little bit different to the past and it may be done on video. Naturally, you want to put yourself in the best position to secure the job, and video interviews have a few considerations which are different to in-person meetings. So stay with me and I'll walk you through 10 things to focus on in order to ace your next video interview. Ahoy, Peter here from Bryter Training. Thanks for joining me in this video as I explore the topic of attending a job interview via Zoom or video. If you haven't already, please remember to hit like and subscribe. It helps us know that we're on the right track, and we're really grateful to our subscribers for giving us ideas and for sharing our content with the people that need it. So I've broken this video up into 4 sections, which basically come down to do your research into the role, your technical setup, where you are conducting the meeting from, and how to best present to create the best impression. So section 1, do your research. Regardless of the medium, so video or face-to-face, you need to focus on the standard preparation process. I know this isn't specific to video, however, it absolutely bears repeating for good interview results. So understand the role, review what you can of the goals of the organisation, list the leadership competencies for that role, and come up with an appropriate response for each competency, such as using the STAR model. There are links in the description for our videos on using the STAR technique and understanding leadership competencies if you aren't familiar with those. However, let's look at the specific considerations for a video-based interview. So section 2, sort out the technical elements. The whole interview is online, which suggests that the technical elements are going to be critical for a successful process. If that stops working, the interview won't be all that effective. So there's a few things to make sure that you consider. Number 1, understand the software and practice using it. You may need a profile or you may need to register, so be sure that you do that prior to the interview. And if you need to present a document or a slideshow, make sure you know how to share your screen and how to navigate the program. Next, set up the camera. Now, based on the interview format and the role, you might want to consider a standard webcam which shows your face, perhaps a camera further back that allows you to present more of your body language. The angle and the location of the camera will also be a factor in where you look, your posture, and the clothing that you choose to wear. You don't want the interviewers to spend the whole meeting either looking down your shirt or up your nose. So number 3 is your light and sound. Now make sure that the room is well lit in order to minimize the shadows. Again, a lamp or an LED light can help. Also consider investing in a cheap lapel mic. It makes a huge difference in the experience for the interviewers and can help set you apart based on the clarity of the experience. As an example, I'm using a simple lapel mic at the moment so that you can clearly hear what I'm saying. Now, if I was to remove that microphone, and this is what it sounds like without the microphone directly in front of me. So as you can see, it does make a difference having that microphone to just make it clearer for people to listen to what you're saying. Of course, on your laptop or computer, your webcam will have a microphone built in, but it really is worth just making sure that it produces the clearest experience possible. Now next, make sure you do a test run on those technical elements. Can you connect? Is the video clear? Can you be clearly heard? Know how to mute the sound and the camera, and know how to end the meeting afterwards. I've heard a lot of stories of people who were a little too relaxed after the interview or made comments when the interviewers were still connected. So section 3 is all about setting up your environment. So first of all, be aware of external sounds and interruptions. It's a job interview, and while you may be at home, you need to take reasonable steps to ensure that it looks like that job interview is a priority for you. So lock away your pets for a while or organise someone to watch the kids. Next, consider your background. Make sure it isn't distracting, but also be aware of what's there. It can unconsciously suggest your personality in organisation, so a messy background can reflect on you. Also make sure there isn't anything there that you don't want the interviewer to see. So perhaps set up a formal space to do the interview in, use an actual office, or hang a sheet on the wall. Now you can use a built-in background in the software, however keep it professional and don't keep changing it throughout. A space or a beach theme probably isn't the most professional unless it's specifically relevant to the role. And the interview is about you and what you bring to the role. So it's not a TikTok video or an Instagram post. So section 4 is your presentation skills. So within the actual interview, creating a good impression, small talk and rapport still apply. So get there early, smile, make eye contact with the camera. Small talk and rapport building is still relevant on a video meeting. You just need to do it a little bit differently. So it's a wave instead of a handshake, or looking someone in the camera instead of in the eye. So remember to make eye contact. You will be looking at the screen in order to see the interviewers. However, the camera is likely to be above or below that. So you may not look like that you're actually making eye contact. So occasionally just look directly at the camera, or obviously turn and face someone on the screen. You can use something similar to a teleprompter if you want, so the camera is behind the monitor. However, it's really not needed. Most people do know how video meetings work. Next, when it comes to presentation, be sure to dress appropriately. I know some people will argue, however, just because you're at home doesn't mean you go casual. You're effectively competing for a job and demonstrating how important that is for you. You're always better to dress to impress than to make your comfort more important than the person you're meeting. Ensure that your chosen shirt isn't too revealing when the camera is pointing down on you from above. Don't choose a shirt with a lot of patterns, as they can look really blurry and distracting on some monitors. Also, remember that you may need to move, perhaps pick something up or deal with an issue or to present something. So ensure that you're dressed appropriately all up, not just the parts that you think that they'll see. Now, next in this section is to be conscious of your communication styles. Presenting on camera allows much less in the way of non-verbal cues, and what you can see becomes a lot more important. So attempt to minimize verbal fillers, such as you know. Be succinct, use gestures within the camera frame and sparingly, and remember to smile and show your personality. And finally, speak slowly. So speakers, distortion, the quality of the systems that people are using can make it really difficult to hear sometimes. Also, appropriate pauses and slow speaking means that there's less likelihood of people speaking over one another. Video interviews can be challenging, however they also have their benefits. It's definitely convenient, and you can even hang some notes and reminders on the wall behind you to glance at, which can really help. You may also want to consider the role. If it's a job with a lot of presenting, then maybe you want to use a different camera setup where you can see your entire body, so video meetings allow this type of flexibility. Just remember, practice your answers, record yourself, and watch it back to objectively review what the interviewers will experience, and be prepared for technical difficulties. If your internet drops out or if someone interrupts you mid-interview. Ultimately, it's just making sure that you take the time to practice, test, and be familiar with the environment and the medium that you're using, so that you're free to focus on the important stuff, which is explaining why you are the best person for the role. So I hope that helps. Please feel free to leave your own advice, experience, questions, or comments below to share with other viewers. And as always, reach out to us directly if you're interested in skills training on this for your team. Our contact details are in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.